Legend has it that in the early days of St. Agnes Parish, a young priest named Father Thomas uncovered an ancient bell hidden within the depths of the church's tower. Ignoring the warnings of the elderly parishioners, he decided to ring the bell during a stormy night. As the tolling echoed through the town, a bolt of lightning struck the tower, sealing the priest's fate within its stone walls. Since then, strange noises and ghostly apparitions have been reported in the bell tower, leading many to believe that Father Thomas's spirit still haunts the church. Every Sunday, the choir of St. Agnes Parish would fill the church with heavenly melodies, lifting the spirits of the congregation. However, one fateful evening, during a particularly haunting rendition of Ave Maria, the entire choir vanished without a trace. Witnesses claim to have seen their ghostly figures ascending towards the ceiling before disappearing into thin air. Despite numerous search efforts, neither the choir nor their voices were ever found again, leaving behind an eerie silence that lingered within the church walls. For decades, the confessional booth at St. Agnes Parish served as a sacred space for penitents to seek absolution for their sins. However, those who dared to confess their darkest secrets within its confines often met with a fate worse than damnation. Several parishioners reported hearing sinister whispers emanating from the walls, while others claimed to have seen shadowy figures lurking in the corners of the booth. Some even spoke of feeling icy hands gripping their souls as they knelt in prayer. To this day, the confessional remains a place of dread for those who dare to enter. The old rectory of St. Agnes Parish was home to countless priests over the years, yet none could escape the chilling presence that dwelled within its walls. Strange phenomena plagued the residents, from mysterious footsteps echoing in empty corridors to objects moving of their own accord. One particularly harrowing tale recounts the experience of Father Michael, who awoke in the dead of night to find himself pinned to his bed by an unseen force. Despite his efforts to flee, he was unable to move until the first light of dawn broke through the windows, banishing the entity back into the shadows. Rumors of a pact with the devil have long haunted St. Agnes Parish, stemming from the enigmatic disappearance of Father Matthias, a beloved priest known for his unwavering faith. According to local lore, Father Matthias made a deal with the devil to save the soul of a parishioner on her deathbed. In exchange for her salvation, he promised his own soul to the infernal entity. On the night of his disappearance, witnesses reported seeing a figure cloaked in darkness leading Father Matthias into the depths of the church's catacombs, never to be seen again. Some believe that his spirit still wanders the halls, tormented by the consequences of his unholy bargain. During a midnight mass on All Hallows Eve, the parishioners of St. Agnes Parish witnessed a sacrilegious spectacle that would haunt them for the rest of their days. As the priest prepared to administer communion, the consecrated host transformed into a writhing mass of maggots before their eyes. Horrified screams filled the church as parishioners fled in terror, leaving behind a desecrated altar stained with blood and ichor. Despite attempts to cleanse the church of its unholy taint, the memory of that cursed night continues to cast a shadow over St. Agnes Parish. Deep within the sanctuary of St. Agnes Parish, beneath a canopy of flickering candles, stood the ancient statue of the Virgin Mary, her serene countenance a source of comfort for generations of worshippers. However, beneath her tranquil gaze lay a chilling secret that few dared to speak of. It was said that on moonless nights, the Madonna would come to life, her stone eyes weeping tears of blood as she mourned for the souls lost within the church's cursed confines. One such night, a young parishioner, overcome with curiosity, ventured into the sanctuary to witness the phenomenon for himself. As he knelt before the statue, he felt a cold shiver run down his spine, and the air grew thick with an oppressive darkness. Suddenly, the Madonna's eyes flickered to life, glowing with an otherworldly light as blood-red tears streamed down her cheeks. Paralyzed with fear, the young man watched in horror as the statue began to speak, her voice a mournful lament that echoed through the empty church. She spoke of ancient sins and forgotten atrocities, of souls trapped in limbo, unable to find peace. And then, as quickly as it had begun, the vision faded, leaving the young man shaken and trembling on the cold stone floor. From that day forth, The legend of the Wailing Madonna spread throughout the town, serving as a grim reminder of the darkness that lurked within the heart of St. Agnes Parish. Hidden deep within the bowels of St. Agnes Parish, locked away in a forgotten chamber beneath the catacombs, lay the Black Bible, a cursed tome said to hold the secrets of the Church's darkest rituals and most unholy sacraments. For centuries, it had remained undisturbed, its pages filled with the whispered incantations of long-forgotten priests and the blood-stained confessions of tortured souls. However, when a group of reckless teenagers stumbled upon the chamber during a late-night exploration of the church, they unwittingly unleashed a malevolent force that had long lain dormant. As they pried open the ancient tome and began to read its forbidden contents, a sinister presence crept into their midst, filling the air with the stench of decay and despair. One by one, the teenagers fell victim to the curse of the Black Bible, their minds twisted by visions of unspeakable horror, and their bodies consumed by an insatiable hunger for blood. By the time the sun rose over Maplewood, the church was silent once more, its halls littered with the broken bodies of those who had dared to disturb the slumber of the damned. As the boundary between the mortal realm and the world beyond grew thin, strange occurrences began to plague St. Agnes Parish with increasing frequency. Shadows danced along the walls, whispered voices echoed in empty corridors, and the air grew heavy with the scent of decay. It was as if a veil had been lifted, revealing the true nature of the church's cursed existence. One fateful night, during a solemn vigil in honor of the dearly departed, the veil between worlds tore asunder, unleashing a tide of malevolent spirits upon the unsuspecting parishioners. Ghostly apparitions swirled around the altar, their anguished wails drowning out the prayers of the living. Desperate to escape the onslaught, the faithful flood into the night, that the boundary between life and death had been forever shattered. From that day forth, St. Agnes Parish became a beacon of terror, drawing the lost and the damned into its haunted embrace. And though the townsfolk tried to forget the horrors that lurked within its walls, the memory of that fateful night would haunt them for the rest of their days. In the depths of winter, as the icy grip of darkness tightened its hold on Maplewood, a lone figure emerged from the shadows, drawn inexorably towards the looming silhouette of St. Agnes Parish. With each step, the ground trembled beneath his feet, and the air grew thick with a sense of impending doom. As he crossed the threshold of the church, a deafening silence fell over the town, broken only by the sound of his ragged breath and the echoing footfalls of his heavy boots. With grim determination, he made his way to the altar, where the cursed Black Bible lay open, its pages fluttering in the chill wind. With a trembling hand, he reached out and seized the accursed tome, his fingers tracing the ancient symbols etched upon its surface. And then, with a final prayer upon his lips, he cast the book into the flames, watching as the unholy fire consumed it in a blaze of righteous fury. As the last ember flickered and died, a sense of peace descended upon St. Agnes Parish, banishing the darkness that had plagued it for so long. And though the scars of its haunted past would never fully heal, the church stood as a testament to the triumph of light over darkness and the enduring power of faith in the face of unspeakable horror.